Hey everybody, this is Texas Danny coming to you from Texas, and today is July the 3rd, 2021, Saturday afternoon. Not quite 2 p.m. in the afternoon here in Texas, the United States of America, North America, Western Hemisphere, Earth, maybe. Big maybe. Big maybes on that. And I kind of want to do a real quick kind of a personal log note entry. And I guess it's out of necessity. A while back, while studying and analyzing the Earth, and also personal predicaments, and watching the chats and the shows out there that are still produced on the quantum effect, also known as the Mandela effect, and the various things that everybody's dealing with right now, and the things that are going around uh, with society today, or history, or the geology, whatever you can think of, analyzing that as well, and trying to get a grasp on it. I came to a point where I realized that the summations had to come to a certain point here on all the possibilities because they're still wide open and varied. And I had to look at it because I was looking hard at the what some of us might refer to as NPCs, others might call residents. I've used the term vacant, or other terms that might apply. And we really, all of us still to this very day, and as far as we measure time and so forth like that, are not certain of what we're dealing with, right? But in the studies and the time in the evaluation, where you could look back and reflect on your own life and how things more or less went, knowing that you came from a big different background, okay? And then you had to take that and you have to say, okay, if this is this and that's that, uh, and I mix all the puzzle pieces together, am I still going to have a chance here at putting together what's on the front of the box? Now, on some time back, um, as kind of a private investigating circumstances, Patrick from Wisconsin, right? Patrick Roberts from Wisconsin, right? Uh, uh, Kind of went and investigated on his own, did some looking around, okay? And I thought some of the things he was looking into were interesting. Some things you could account for, sometimes you could expect some things, but there was some definite odd variations to interactions with people. Like if you would have your prior experience and your prior knowledge, if you would have said, "Hey, man, is this, that, and the other happening?" Oh, nah, nothing's happening right here, right now. I guess it's elsewhere. For whatever reason, we just don't have it going on. But we're hearing rumors that A and B station, they're rocking. Okay, they got it going on, and it may be exactly right that C station was just inactive, nothing going on. But when you follow suit and you go from place to place and you look from circumstance to circumstance, you add things up, and that's what I had to do recently with some things in adding things up, because time does appear to be a definite factor now. Okay, whether for us as individuals with the weights and scales, okay, or groups or clusters or society or what, right? But there are just so many things that stand out that say the elevator don't go all the way to the top. And it seems to be like a projection, a projection. Maybe the elevator don't go to the way all the way to the top for a reason. Maybe this projection's got like a kind of a shotgun pattern of responsibilities or objectives to achieve, right? It's got to span space and go out there and hit points, and then kind of divide up and measure its function and its goals, right? Okay, right now, with the circumstances that we're seeing, if you observe and you observe carefully, you're going to see those deficits, and they're bad. They're real bad. Uh, and it's okay. A and B and C don't add up. I can even predict what's coming down. I was like 10 steps ahead of something. And I said, this is coming down. I can see it. And sure, they're following suit, right? But I'm wondering when that happens, okay, on the weights and the balances and the measurements, right? What is taking those readings? What is making those evaluations? What's agendas? What knowledge? What time? What efforts, right? There's a tremendous amount of ifs right now. And I've said before, and I think a lot of people would agree, if you can lend a hand, lend a hand. If you can understand something else's point of view, search for that. But then there may not be one to be found. And that's a problem which I've addressed before in something I've called vacancy. If we have a systems data transfer problem and you got, nothing from nothing leaves nothing, that's the alarm to be worried about timing. That's appropriate. But yeah, if you got nothing and it's adding more of nothing to nothing, you still got nothing. And that's what you can see. It's brazen, and it's like somebody's temperament, their feelings of fairness and what's right. Right. From my measurements, there are many, and this has always been a human condition, that cannot see another point of view. They just cannot do it. It doesn't happen, right? So sometime back, I took a look at it and I said, where are we going with this? Especially when I started seeing the zombieitis out there that was real bad, everybody. And you could tell that there was like that, if it doesn't fit the narrative, it's gone, right? And you can see, wow, and it comes to information, it comes to data, it comes to transfer, it comes to knowledge. And that is a shortage right now, because in sensing things and feeling things out, whether it involves us as individuals, as a person myself, or others, I had to find out where this vacuousness was. And it's explicit and it's replete. It's just everywhere. And I'm wondering if it's a condition, uh, something that's getting increasingly worse, because I'm seeing those things that are happening in nature right now, and it's going right through nature, and it's going right through the most the biggest epitome of a vacant knowledge of people I've ever seen. No observation skills, none. So, which makes me think, okay, are they on automaton? Automaton? Are they, RoboCop, Robo Priest, Robo Clerk? Whatever. Am I that? But I took the hint. I looked forward, and people, there is frustration, and there's a great deal of resentment, and there's a huge chasm of understanding the human condition. It's like something is very deeply frustrated in trying to find its results or find the circumstances. It's something else indeed. May be costly for me because I had to see what was going on with this. It was too predictable. So it's like, okay, if this is kind of a guide up, and that we're all going to be facing that, when we talked about personalities, those of us who are quantum affected, Mandela affected, and you know what I'm talking about, you'll see that there is just an inability to see another person's point of view. It's not there. It's like a total lack of any qualitative emotion other than, say, a programmed download unit. It's going to take the information it gets and it's going to put it out, right? Because there's conflict right now. There's a lot of conflict, and it's not going to get resolved uh, uh, in a way that's intellectual, sophisticated, thoughtful, and intuitive. Now, of course, that could go for me as well, for my examinations, for my appraisal, because I had to look. I said, I want to see who's got the weights and scales, who's making the measurements. What is their agenda? The agenda A, B, C, one, two, three. What is that agenda that I can't even fathom? That it might be 3 or 4 places removed from my ideas. But I know one thing. I look out in the open, everybody right now, there's nothing. There's automatic behavior, which we always have indulged in. I believe I've been a certain place before, absolutely. But now, what's working it? What's working it? Because right now, I don't see something that's able to comprehend and understand the truth. It understands its informational read, but without any nuance and deftness and inner awareness of the psyche of the soul. There's just a kind of anguished, bitter, angry resentment, a hostility that comes up out of frustration. And that can add up. I think we're going to see it. I think I got some situations personally that are happening with that right now, but I'm seeing so much happening to the earth, everybody. The earth is busy, busy, busy. It hasn't stopped one bit. The underwater aquatic tract is very, very active and very, very busy. It's working it. It's doing a lot of activity. It is absolutely active. And so is the entire surface. And that gives you to contemplation of the inner nucleus, of the inner core. That place that's so compressed, so tight, so uniformly circular in a void, what its imprint is as it projects outward, what it's looking for, what it's measuring, what it's tracking, what it's analyzing. We have something going on right now that needs our attention. And it's going to be difficult because right now, this is going to be looking for variance. Variance is the concern that it has. Where are the variants? Texas Danny out.